Danny, and today I have done an experiment over measurements and the metric system. And I had performed 4 different types of experiments, and I'll be discussing each one of the different parts. The first part of my experiment was over basic calculations, and I had taken a metric ruler, and there are 12 inches within the ruler and 30 centimeters within the ruler. And for every inch there's 2.54 centimeters. And then there are 25.4 millimeters per inch and 304.8 millimeters in the 12 inches. Secondly, I had to measure a pencil, the diameter of it, and it was 3/8, and then that equaled out to 0.009 meters. Next, I had to measure like a block, but a box, and that was, I had to weigh it, and that was 63 grams. And then I had to figure out the volume, which is the length, width, and height, and that equaled out to be 1501.5 centimeters. Then I had to figure out the density of the box, which was 0.04 grams. And then the next part that I had was figuring out how many centimeters 740 pages were, which was 2.5 centimeters. And then for each sheet it was 3.4 times 10 to the negative third. And then I had to take a graduated cylinder and weigh it, and it was 40 grams. And then I had to fill it up to 100 milliliters and then weigh that, and it was 140 grams. And then the density of it was, the volume of it was 100 grams. And the density was 1 gram per milliliter. Part 2 of the experiment was with oil and water. And I had filled the cup up with water and then oil, and the two didn't mix. The oil stayed on top because it's a different density. Even when you mixed it, it would just separate back out. The third part of the experiment was to take different types of liquids, which was water, honey, dish soap, oil, and rubbing alcohol. And as you poured them in, they all kind of separated. And when you mixed them all together, the oil went to the top. The layers, the honey stayed at the bottom, then the dish soap, then the water, then the oil, and then the rubbing alcohol and the oil. Yeah. And then I had put the paper clip in the cup, and it had sunk to the bottom, pulling all the different layers down, but then it had separated back again. And then I had put the toothpick in the cup, and it floated on top because it has a lighter density since it's wood. The fourth part of the experiment was with the rainbow cup, and I had used different colors of food coloring with water, and then put different measurements of grams of sugar into it, and mixed it all together with warm water. And as I mixed it together, it all mixed together. But at first it stayed separated, making a rainbow in the cup, and then after you mixed it, it turned to a dark color because it all mixed together, because the densities are the same. And that was the end of my experiment.